are you? This is Thaddeus coming to you live with a multi-stream. Guys, it has been too long since I have done a multi-stream. I've been leaving out my Twitchers, my Twitch followers, my peeps over there on Twitch, my boys and girls, whoever decides. I am excited to be here today, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do this. My opponent is already attacked. I gotta show you this. First off, what am I doing? A few current round. All right, I lost for General Mohat Tib. With a name like that, I mean, how can you win? I mean, it was just a loss. He didn't get the full clear, but I just misplayed Lord Vader, and I continued to misplay Lord Vader, and then I made some other mistakes. So, you know, it happens. It happens. So, that's a thing. But, anyways, what am I doing? Let me bring up my channel so I can see comments and stuff. I am multi-streaming today. I'm over on Twitch. I am, if you want like a closer to accurate depiction of what's going on, or if you want to catch me on a 30-second delay, check out my YouTube. So much has been going on. We got a road ahead, which I'm pretty stoked for. But this is what's happened. 2033, he's already gone through and he's done his business. Let's see. It looks like he got a full clear on that front row without any damage. Did he lose any? No, it doesn't look like he did. This is what I like to think of as the Nev attack. Oh, okay. Stalled a little bit on Radis, which is good. Good job, Radis. Good job, Radis. Goat! Oh, it's not a goat. That was just me screaming into the thing. I love the goat, baby. I love the goat. Let me turn up my sounds. How are you, Run? Now, I have to... What do you call that? I'll have to go through. Run and I have been messaging on chat. Let's see. Let me send this out at here. Going live on Twitch and YouTube's. Now, he sent me this tweet this morning. Stupendous Wave. If you guys don't know. If you don't know, you should. Stupendous Wave's got a great channel. He said that Disney could print money if they did a Game of Thrones style, let me see, series about the Eternal Empire. And the short answer is they absolutely could. They absolutely could. Because, first off, it's the freaking Eternal Empire. And that's something, like, not just the Eternal Empire, but, like, what do you call that? The Sith, the dark side. It's not an area that they've spent any time doing anything for. I absolutely think they could print money. I think you're right. So hold on. While we're playing, I'm gonna multitask because that's something that scientists are like, yeah, people could do that. I'm gonna bring up that video. I won't be able to watch it in. Oh no, this is just the GIF. Yeah. I'll have to watch this Stupendous Waves on a different time. But absolutely, man, I'm right there with you. I think it's money. It's money. Now, I gotta ask, Run, because we haven't talked in a while. Are you watching Andor? And without any spoilers, um, do you think it's the greatest show that Star Wars has come up with, and why? Because I do. I am enjoying the ever living crap out of it. Um, I think it's phenomenal. Now, Eckhart Slatter, who he's seen it. He's seen the series, not series, the finale, the last episode. And he says that if you are a fan of the show, you're going to be like on the edge of your seat excited. Right? But if you're not a fan of the show, it may not change your mind yet. I think I will introduce it to my wife. She likes spy thrillers and stuff, right? She likes those things. But she's not a fan of Star Wars, right? I didn't reveal, you know how, like, I don't know if in a relationship you don't like reveal your truest self until like well into the relationship. I didn't go full nerd until we were like years into our marriage. And so I don't think no, that's not entirely true. On our first date, she should have known that I was a nerd. One of the first things that I told her was, I play World of Warcraft. So she should have known. If she didn't know, that's on her. But yeah, like I didn't let my full Star Wars nerd flag fly until like years into our marriage. And so she's not a fan as much. I think she liked Rogue One because, again, it was a matter of, Helly! Oh my gosh! Oh, Helly! Oh, it's so good to see you, man! Yeah, but like, she didn't know. And so, I want to introduce her to it because, like, this is such a different style Star Wars, that I just can't imagine anyone not like. That's not true. I can imagine lots of people not liking it. And so if she's like, this is terrible and garbage, I'll be upset and I'll make her sleep on the couch. That won't happen. I mean, yeah, that won't happen. In fact, like, my family is getting over the COVID again. And by the time I say my family, I mean me. And she got COVID, right? So she got COVID. And guess who got kicked out of his own bedroom? Me. That's right. That was fine, though. I have another very comfortable bed. And I didn't have to fight anyone for the covers, which is nice. And I can keep the room as cold as I freaking want. I don't know about you guys, but, like, my wife's always cold. And I'm just like, no. Put more clothes on. I mean, temperature set at 73 degrees. That's wrong in my house. That's wrong. It's way too hot. Granted, I'm wearing a hoodie, but it's just really comfortable. I like it. It's got these weird pockets on the inside that, like, the hood. Anyways, I'm distracted. I swear I took my ADHD meds today. They just probably haven't kicked in. My months. Anyways, I love Andor. I'm really enjoying it, but I can see why people don't like it. It is slow going. It's the political intrigue of the prequels that people didn't like, and they've made an entire show out of it. But I love the intrigue of the prequels. Yeah, I know, 73 degrees and they're freezing. I don't get it. Awesome. Helly, I love you, man. You're such a good man. I love that you're here. Let's go. Radis counters. What am I doing? I don't Radis counters. Radis counters everything. Boom. I'm deleting this. I don't. Let's see. What's her face? Oh my gosh, my brain. Oh, Radis counters. I get it, because she flies the Radis. I was like, what is going on here? I had a dream, guys, about Thrawn. It was awesome. I don't know. Like, in my mind, I was freaking out. It was the coolest thing. I mean, he was floating in this cube of ice, just like walking around. He looked like he was from Roblox or Minecraft. I don't know what that means. But it was awesome. And I was trying to make a whole thing out of it. And then people were like, "Oh, and I made a video, I think. I don't know, on the in the dream. And I was like, "Oh my gosh. It's Thrawn." And people were like, "Well, how do you know it's Thrawn?" I'm like, "He's blue and has red eyes and is wearing a white suit." I mean, the people in my dreams are they're insane. They don't know what's going on. It's Thrawn. It was Thrawn. I think Thrawn's coming. That might have been like a spiritual premonition. Let's go to Radis. Let's take out Radis. I've been talking for 11 minutes and I've only battled once. No, dude, Helly, you say that you are a scoundrel, a smuggler, and a dark side adherent. Like, but I gotta say, man, like, even people who have, like, Vader was dark side, but he did it for the right reasons. I mean, he killed a bunch of kids, but I mean, and that's bad, but he did it for the right reasons. No, I gotta say though, and there were like Sith that were like evil Sith. I'm gonna go full just because I just need to. I just need those extra points, And by extra points, I mean I need the surety that I'm not gonna screw this up, because I might. See, it's already starting bad. Let's go to Rose Tico. I got a Funko Pop of her sister over here, Paige, which is the better Tico. It just is. I had a coworker who was really upset. He's like, but the other Paige Tico was the more attractive of the two. I don't care about looks. To be like I said, I'm a married man, right? I've found my special one. But like, we've got a better story with Paige. We've just got a better story, right? Paige is the better character. I do stall as much as Wolf. Wolf Yularen is one of my favorite characters. Vader was my hero growing up. Were you just trying to force choke everybody as a kid, Helly? I feel like that was the case. Oh man. All right, Radis is down. Let's check out Thrawn. Who's a good counter for Thrawn? Looks like Akbar. Piet. All right, let's do this. It looks like everyone's only bringing in 3. I'm going to bring in cargo ship, just in case. No, like, I am really enjoying Andor, and I think that there's a lot of implications to better pieces of the bigger pieces of the universe. Like, Thrawn aside, I think there's a lot of really cool stuff about to happen. Let's see. I've got to figure. I don't use this team anymore, and so I've got to figure out how to play it. Nope, that's not the one. There we are. AOE. There we are. I got a little nervous there. But like, I'm curious about this guy who Mon Mothma is working with, right? Now, what's interesting though is what's going on during Andor in the greater galaxy. You know, you have what's his face? You have the whole Phoenix crew going. You have Saw Gerrera doing his partisan thing, which we see, you know, which is fun. But like we also, I should have attacked the other guy. But we also have what's his name? Cal Kestis doing his thing. You know, Cal's not alone in the galaxy. You know, he's out there doing stuff. Now I need to make a video about this. Now everyone is talking about how Luthen Rael is a Sith or a Jedi, like a false Sith or a Jedi. Now, I have this feeling that might be accurate, right? Now, if it's accurate, who is he? That's the question. If he is a false Sith or a Jedi, who is this guy? Now, there was a character that was introduced in the book, not Sith. That was introduced in the book Master and Apprentice, which if you haven't read, you absolutely need to. It's the story of Qui-Gon and Anakin, and not Anakin, Qui-Gon and Kenobi when they first become Master and Apprentice, and it's like they're back and forth. Qui-Gon was a rule-abiding kid, and then he becomes, or he was a reckless kid, and his master's not rule-abiding, so he becomes rule-abiding. Buffs are dispelled from dark side allies. They gain tenacity up. Let's add health. They critically hit. And so you had this whole like dynamic where they switch, but Dooku had another apprentice. Qui-Gon wasn't his only apprentice. Also, there was a guy named Rael Averross, and he was kind of like Qui-Gon in the sense that I think I want to put it on her. We'll see how this works out. Do some heal over time. But like we have this, like again, like this character who is a Jedi, who is trained by Dooku, and is actually being kind of courted by Dooku during Dooku's fall. And so it's this really interesting kind of dynamic, and Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan are sent to, you know, take care of a thing, and oh, that ain't good. Hey, let's bring that up. Let's put those two on, and so like you have this back and forth between, you can tell that even like you can tell that even Qui-Gon doesn't approve of the way that Rael is kind of doing his Jedi duties, which is like saying something. If Qui-Gon, who is like, I don't know, I think he's the perfect Force user, like the perfect Jedi. Like Qui-Gon embodied the Jedi perfectly in my mind. But like, is he dead? No, he's not dead. Oh, take it. But is he dead now? Nope. I'll take that too. But Qui-Gon embodied kind of like the force of the Jedi, right? The reason, the way that they were meant to be. In my mind, he was the perfect Jedi. Which then I think passed down, those teachings and trainings passed down to. Oh my goodness, he didn't put anything on the back row either? What garbage! Alright, well, I'm gonna keep playing, because I've got dailies and stuff. My goodness. And so Qui-Gon's going through and he's doing all of these things where it's like, okay, you have these responsibilities that you have to go take care of. It's a whole thing. But Rail decides not to. There's a moment that Rail decides not to go with Dooku, right? And so he's like, I'm going to stay with the light side no matter what the light side looks for me or looks like to me. I'm going to be light side, but I'm going to do it my way. He's very much a Qui-Gon character, which is fine. But he's in Master and Apprentice. He's just this one kind of throwaway, interesting character, but he's just a small character, right? A small, whatever. Who am I going up against? I don't even know. Let's go to this back one and we'll see what I have to use for that. But then he's also mentioned in the book, or not book, the Jedi, no, it's called Jedi Fallen. Dooku Jedi Fallen, right? So, and so like we've got this thing where it's like he was introduced in one book and he's brought back into another, and you're like, okay, why? That's super weird, but okay, whatever. And what if Rael Averross is Luthen Rael, right? You have someone like my good friend Nev thinks that all of the things that Luthen in Luthen's shop are fake or just really good imitations, right? So the Jedi holocron, the Sith holocron, he's like, those are all fake. I don't think they are. The armor from Force Unleashed, right? The Sith armor, right? That you've got the Kalikori, you've got the light and dark side artifacts. Not the light and dark side artifacts, the artifacts from the temple that we see later on in Rebels. Now, if it's the same temple, we don't know. I mean, it could be. It might not be. It probably isn't, because I'm sure there's more than one temple to the Father, Son, and Daughter. Which, on a side note, I love the religious overtones of that. I think that's really cool. For nothing else than having it connect to a wider world. You know, I think that's pretty neat. But like as I was thinking, it makes sense that those are real artifacts. You know, are these artifacts real? I absolutely think that they are. And if they are, then how would he know about the Father, Son, and Daughter? Right? That has to be I mean, it doesn't have to be a Jedi thing, because we know that you know, the Father's supposed to be like the middle figure, the light, and then the Daughter's, you know, the Son's the darkness, the Daughter's the lightness. You've got those things. That's fine, right? So it's not this is just Jedi. Solomon Grundy, how are you, my friend? Sweet robotics. That's absolutely dope. Hold on. I just think all of these are they're all mods. Never mind. They're not, but that's the thing. They're not specific to Jedi. And we can't say, well, Anakin and Obi-Wan and Ahsoka Snips, that they said anything to anybody, because we know that their memories were erased, right? Because Anakin saw that he would become Darth Vader, but that part of his memory was pulled out. So, like, we know that's not a thing, right? We know that they didn't say anything to anybody. And so it's very possible that someone else could have, and probably did, speak their piece, right? They found it. They figured out what was going on. Something happened. You take off the mods. Let me show you where I'm at real quick. Something happened that it was like, okay, this is some stuff, right? This is some stuff. We're probably not sure what it is. Whatever. the father, son, and the daughter, I think that's real, right? Not in real life, but like I think those are real artifacts. The Kalikori, I mean, that's not Ahsoka's Kalikori. That is just a Kalikori. And so there's a whole, I don't know, all of these things are interesting to me, right? So they have to be, in my mind, they have to be real. Now, if he is a Force user of any kind, then this Luthen Rael, and again, I'm not spoiling anything, I'm just talking about the stuff in his shop. If he's a Force user of any kind, Luthen Rael can access those holocrons. He can, right? He can access the holocrons. Are they the same holocrons that Maul and Ezra have in their meeting? I don't think so. I don't know. Obviously, but what if Luthen Rael, if he was a Force user, what if he was this Force user that was connected to Dooku, Rael Averross, or Rael Averross, whatever. I don't know how to say his name. Now, if he was, then all of a sudden you have someone who is connected with the Jedi, who wasn't living the Jedi path, right? Who probably could see what's going on, right? This is an interesting character. Now, roughly, he could be the age. I mean, I'd have to go back and double check. But he would roughly be the age of Luthen Rael. And Luthen has the scruples of this guy. This guy is not someone who is, like, he's willing to bend and break some rules, right? Now, I kind of like the fact that he's not, or that he might not be a Force user of any kind, because that makes it, that makes it rough. Now, Jillas, you bring up a good point. If he's connected to Dooku, he could be very upset for the Emperor killing his master and trying to bring him down, right? If he's a Jedi that's lost his way, right, or lost the true path, right, he's not going to be, I don't know, he's not going to be upset with taking some innocent lives, right? It's kind of, he kind of makes me think of the character of Joruus C'baoth, not the clone of Joruus, but the kind of the living embodiment of what Joruus was when he was a Jedi, right? During Outbound Flight, Joruus was willing to do lots of damage to innocent lives because he was a Jedi, right? As a Jedi, he was in charge. He was able to do things. He had the power. Now, anyone who's driven by, I guess, the madness of loss, like Luthen is, we don't know necessarily his motivations. We know that he's driven by pain, right? In his speech, he's definitely driven by pain. Now, I don't know if he's a good guy or a bad guy behind the scenes, but he's driven by pain and he's trying to start this rebellion. But it's really interesting. It also reminds me of Rom Koda from the KOTOR series. No, not KOTOR, from the Force Unleashed series. Rom Koda, after Starkiller, kind of becomes unleashed, Rom Koda is the guy that kind of brings everything back in. Now, Rom, I say this, I have always thought that Rom Koda was that one dude in that deleted scene from Revenge of the Sith. I gotta look it up. Like there's a guy who just sits there, and I don't know, he's got this really cool look to him, but I'm just thinking that it's probably him. In my mind, it's him. We don't know, but like that's one of those really cool concepts that if they're bringing him back, right, they might be taking some of these other Jedi from these other areas of canon and kind of combining them into one, which I'm fine with, right? As long as they're true to the character, right? Because essentially you need someone to unite. You need someone to play Spy Master to the Rebels. I don't know. I'm really excited, like, to see where this goes. Let me jump back over here. I'm gonna while I've got you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna finish up. Oh, my territory wars. This was like the shortest. Oh, I got one. I absolutely got one. Now, I got one of those little baby Yodas from Walmart. There's one that is use malevolence, doable without HT. All right. Where's my malevolence? Oh, that is the malevolence. I totally got one. So now I've got a Jack Skellington, a Baby Yoda, and I got another one. I forgot what the third one is, but it's something. It's a thing. Let's bring in, I guess, some other Empire, just in case. But I don't know, like I'm very excited for this next episode. I'm really excited because it's the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and so I'll be able to watch it the morning it gets released. And so that's pretty exciting to me because I want it to see it. Like I don't want interruptions. Maybe I'll like send my kids away, but like, you guys go get breakfast or something. I'm gonna go watch this show. Don't be loud. Don't be loud. I need silence. My voice just cracked. But I'm really curious to see where this all goes because it's uber fascinating, right? It's all so neat, right? This Mon Mothma, this whole thing. They're building up the world. Now, this is my hope beyond hope. Okay? You guys know that I'm not a huge fan of the sequel trilogy. I like episode 7. Episode 8, in my mind, is not good. Episode 8 is just 7.5. Right? But if you read the book for episode 8, which is like, if you didn't like episode 8, the movie, why would you read the book? It actually makes it better. Like it makes episode 8 way more palatable. And you're like, okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's still frustrating. It's still really frustrating. But if you my whole thought is what they need to do is build it together. Give the backstory that 7, 8, and 9 didn't do because they didn't take time and they didn't plan it out. In my mind, Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau can fix the anti-sequel, the anti-series, right? They can fix the sequel trilogy 100% by giving it context, right? And that's all they need to do. I need him, though. Okay, so I won't use that. Let's jump down here real quick. Oh, come on! Of course. Whoops. If they just give it context, if they just say, hey, this is what's going on, this is how we This is how we decide to do this stuff. Yeah, the book should enhance the universe, not the other way around, right? Not explain the parts that this should have been in the film. No, I 100% agree with you. Like Uva Strong. Oh yeah, I heard something about that. I haven't seen the news lately. I've been trying to avoid it because the news is just bringing me down. Right? There's just so much darkness in the world today. Like I love streaming, guys, and to be completely honest, I love the fact that you guys are here with me because it brings me joy, right? It's just one of those things that just brings me, like my family brings me happiness. Talking with you guys about something that's totally not important, but something that connects us all is just so much. It brings me happiness. It brings me joy. And, like, there's just so much crap going on in the world. And we can put all of that stuff aside if, like, I don't know. We put all that stuff aside. And we're not left or right or for or against. We are just fans of Star Wars. And that's what I love, That's the thing that combines us. That's the thing that brings us joy and happiness. Unassign mods. Let's go through and do some mod filtering. And to me, that's what I love. Let's see. Ugh, those are garbage. And yeah, we're gonna complain about SWGOH from time to time because there's a lot to complain about. Let's filter for speed. Let's flip it on its head. Like, there's a lot to complain about, right? But, like, this is the thing that connects us, This is the thing that brings us together. And it bugs me. It really bugs me when people are like, oh, Star Wars it's a nerdy thing. Well, yeah, it's a nerdy thing. But it's not Star Wars. It's not the thing itself. It's not the nerdness itself. It's the community that connects us. It's the community that binds us. And I love that. Yeah, it takes us away from the real world. We can live in a world that it's just like, we can connect. And I absolutely love that, Let's do this. 15 any tier. Sort by speed again. Let's flip it on its head. Let's go through and delete some suckers. 1. Look at all of that crap. There is a lot to complain about, like this. I'm doing a live stream and I want to keep talking, and I'm killing time, because the Inferno Hellenix. Hello there. Over on Twitch, like I went through just today so that I could. Like if you caught this, if you're not catching this live, I am multi-streaming. I went through, I've got my, what is this? Streamlabs OBS. I paid the $19 for a month. I'm going to see what I can do. Because it's been a long time since I've streamed on OBS on both. I'm trying to figure out if there's anyone's. I just need to delete that. That's offense. I could fix it, maybe. Ugh, gross. But yeah, I've been trying to avoid the news. I've actually found a YouTube channel that is just, I don't know if you guys have seen this guy. He actually had something like 200,000 people live streaming during the hurricane. It's a weather channel. His name is Ryan Hall Y'all, and he just streams about the weather. It is awesome. I've never found the weather so interesting, like, in all of my life. And, like, it's so much fun to just, like, watch this. Like, he's a Southern guy. I think he's from Georgia or something like that. And he's just so much fun to watch. And, and anyone out there in New York or who's going through this, like, mega apocalypse snowstorm, good night, man. Good luck to you. Because holy crap. That's insane. But yeah. Well, let me finish off, guys. I'm going to show you where I'm at, because I'm really excited about this. I got 2 left. I've got Skiffguard Lando, and I've got Boushh Leia. I'm really happy that we're getting Boushh Leia, that we've got Boushh Leia and Skiffguard Lando. I really want to get these 3, but they're gonna take some time. I am, let me do the math in my head, 63 shards away from Skiffguard Lando. I am 100 plus against New York snow. I didn't hear about this. Yeah, that dude's great, man. Like, if you love, oh yeah, I know, I saw that. If you like the weather at all, he does a phenomenal job, and he's just fun to watch. Like, he really is. He's just fun to watch, and he's pleasant and upbeat, and he doesn't do it to, like, he's like, this isn't scare tactics. This is just, forewarned is forearmed. I love it. I absolutely love it. I think it's wonderful. He does such a good job. Doing the Going Nerdy live streams in the snow. All right, I'll have to plan it, man. I'll come back on Sunday, and hopefully you'll get the snow and you can watch. But this is where I'm at. I'm struggling with Lando, but it's just the slow gear grind. I have decided. So this with everything that they've talked about, right? They're talking about this whole gear change and getting characters, getting these longer characters up, some of these older characters up. Like, this is what I'm dealing with right here. Okay? Like, I have a heavy roster. This is fluffy as it gets, right? I can upgrade HK7. I could T3M. Like, I can get these characters. I really want to do this for Ezra. But like look at this. I could do it. I'm saving it all because I don't want to use materials that I'm saving for my characters. Ugh, crap weasels. That I'm saving for my characters up here. Oh my gosh. Right? I'm using these characters and I'm saving. Oh my. There we are. But look at this. I mean, I've got enough to unlock these characters. I've got enough to get those characters. But then I've got all of these other stuff. And with the gear changes, with the adjustments in the gear, I think it's going to be easier to unlock these characters to do some of the grind. Which I'm grateful for, because, like, Barriss Offee, I absolutely want to get Barriss as a relic. She's great. Ewoks, are you kidding me? If I didn't have to, like, farm for these other characters, my Ewoks would be Relic 7. My Jawas would be Relic 9. Because why not? If all I have to focus on as an in-game player is relics, yes, that's what I want. Because that's what I should only have to be focusing on, is relics. Okay? I've been around this game for almost all 7 years. Like, I've been playing this game since before my daughter was born. And she's walking and talking. I mean, she's also going to school and in elementary, right? Like, it's a thing. But, like, I love this game, and I think I want to be able to use these characters. Now, I've also switched recently, and I don't know if I'll stream this at all, but I've been playing Marvel Strike Force just because I've been doing the story time for Marvel Strike Force as well. So I figured, why not play it and get, I'm not into that as much as I am to this. But I can play that longer because there's more to do. Right? And And they need to have more to do. They need more PvE content, right? They just do. Like, I have all of these characters that, oh my gosh, and can I tell you, I really want POW. Like, I really want to do this right now. But I know that by the time, I don't know, it's just a rough thing. But what I've decided to do personally, after I finish Java, right? My goal is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get some of these other teams that are, I don't know, like I want to get the Tuscans up because I'm going to need them eventually if I'm going to go for Lord Vader, and I need to. Shrek Harvey! Thanks, welcome, man. But I want to get Rogue One up. You know, K2SO, great character. Why don't I have him completely unlocked? Actually, who do I? No, see, because I need. Do I need this stuff? No, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm doing wonderful. But this is what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to, look at that. I'm going to get these characters that don't need these crazy, oh no, he's fine. That don't need these crazy requirements completely up so that I can unlock them and I can use them, right? So K2SO, like all of the Rogue One, maybe not Bodhi Rook. Actually, no, now that Bodhi Rook's part of the new territory battle war, I don't remember. No, territory battle. I'm gonna have to get Bodhi Rook up, right? But additionally, I got to get these characters up because they're going to be dope and very beneficial for my ships, right? Where are you, Phoenix crew? Right? I mean, Zeb, like, first off, we're going to need some love. I don't know when it's coming. I don't know how it's coming. I don't know. But Phoenix, they're going to be one of those characters. Shrek, send me over your link, man, and I'll bring it up. Like, a lot of these characters, they need to be better, you know? They need some real love, you know? And so, now, ladies and gentlemen, Shrek Harvey has asked us to look at his roster. Let's bring it up real quick. So it's 1, 4, 8, 7, 4, 8, 7. Boom. Injustice. All right. But that's where I'm at. Let's go ahead and let's switch this up. Let's switch things up first. Can I look from the game? I mean, I could. I was going to look in SWGOH.gg. That's... Are we allies, Shrek? Shrek? 184 387 487. Search. All right, inventory. Let's look at your ships. All right, Negotiator's the good one to go for. Home one's pretty good. Negotiator's going to be where you do your stuff. Biggest bang for your buck will be ships, right off the bat. Ooh, Shrek. All right. So Shrek's asking for some advice. I want to ask you first, though. What are you focusing on? Like, who are you going after? Looks like you're a fairly new player. I mean, you've got a decent roster. Like, you're going. I do. This is solid for a newer player, especially if you're not a whale. Don't. We're looking at Shrek Harvey. He messaged me over on Twitch. Don't buff anyone that you don't absolutely have to. Especially as a newer player, you definitely want to stay focused. I do love that you got Hondo. That's awesome. Here's what I like to do. Good call on Wampa. Make sure that you're using them effectively. Let's see. Vader, smart choice. You're kind of all over the place. Sure. Helly, send me your thing. I'll look at yours next. I don't know if we're. Oh, this is open. I'm trying to open a can that's already open. Let's see. So, trying to make them all Relic 5. That's good. What I would suggest is find a team. Find a team and just go after that team hardcore. What I would do is I would do it in stages. Okay, so and this is how I did it. This is how I kind of still do it. But now that I'm in the game, I've moved kind of beyond it. So for Shock Trooper or Shack Trooper, okay, yeah. So go hardcore for one farmable team, right? That make sure that they are farmable. Okay. Shock Trooper is a great team, especially if you're trying to unlock Cam, right? If you're not going for Cam, I don't know. Droids are a great team, but just stick with it. So this is what you do. You move your roster, you move your main focus to a farming point, to a clutch point. At that moment where it's a bottleneck, where the gear bottlenecks, okay? So it was bottlenecked at 7, then bottlenecked at 12, then bottlenecked at Relic 3, then 5, and then up. Right, Wat Tambor is going to be huge, right? He is a great character. Once you get there's a lot of teams that Wat can go on to. One of my favorite teams was CLS. He was a great character right off the bat. Jedi are good and bounty hunters are good. What you've done with Vader, I think is awesome, because this Vader can destroy single-handedly a lot of teams. Geos are going to be important. But what I would do is, like I said, focus on one bottleneck at a time, right? So if you're going for Relic 12 characters, or for Gear 12 characters, get that one team to Relic 12, to Gear 12, my gosh. And then get them to Relic 3. Once they're at Relic 3, get the next group up to you just get the next group up, right? Savage is a hard one. Savage is a character I don't have fully unlocked. Like, I mean, I have him unlocked. I don't have him geared. Savage and Maul, like Darth Maul, not Mando Maul. They're a good team together. Let me look at this. Grand Arena's offense speed. Counter Savage gains 2 sex resilience. Was turn. I would do, I don't know. Maul's a great character. Or let's see, let me look at his ship. Do you have his ship? Doesn't look like it. Am I just missing it? Yeah. Maul and Savage, especially at lower levels, are good together. I don't use Maul a ton right now. But Maul and Savage at lower levels are good. Wampa is a solid anti-GL GL character. Especially in 3v3. if they don't have these datacrons. Once you start getting datacrons, it kind of throws a lot of this into a loop. Traya is a solid character. Good call on Mara Jade. Mara Jade's awesome. 3v3 Emperor, Mara Jade, and yeah, and what's his face? They're solid. I would stay away from these characters until you figure out who you want to go after. Stay focused, though. This game will eat you up and spit you out if you are not focused on. If you're not focused, it's all about management. It is all about management, and if you don't have a good system in place, you'll end up wasting a lot of stuff. Legendary are you close to? That's a great question. To do that, to figure out your legendary, this is what you need to do, okay? Look at your journey guide, okay? Go to your solo journeys and see what you have in place. So this is me looking at Dr. Aphra. I am not close. I don't have a single one up to Relic 5, okay? Same thing with Whitey there. I'm sure that's not appropriate to say, but for me, what I'm doing is I go to my Galactic Legends because that's where I'm focused right now. And I say, okay, who am I closest to? And the reason that I went after Jabba and not Lord Vader was this. When Jabba was introduced, I had 5 out of the 16 prereqs, right? Lord Vader, I only had 4. And so I was like, am I even close to Lord Vader? And the answer was no. Right? Now, Padme, yeah, I'm going to get her up eventually. Tusken Raiders, as you saw, my Tuskens are still in purple gear, which, isn't bad, but I'm not going for Lord Vader. I haven't been going for Lord Vader, so it's just like, okay. I don't have Imbo Relic yet, and because I haven't had a chance to use them. I've got Zam Wessel, I've got Count Dooku. They're all fairly close because I was bringing them, because I was using them for other teams, I was bringing them up to relic status. And then because I'm in the Rancor, the heroic Rancor, I was getting them all to Relic 5. For now, for me, outside of Jabba, now once I get Jabba will be Relic 8 or whatever. I'll probably go hardcore on him. But once I get Jabba, like, he'll be my big relic, right? I'll probably get him to Relic 7. I want to get all of my GLs to at least Relic 7. So you want me to walk you through the Chimera event? All right. But the Chimera event for me is going to be different because I've got some much better characters. Let's see. I'll bring it up real quick. Let me look at your ships. I've got you over here on GAC, SWGOH as well. Filter for Rebel affiliation. All right. So I've got to have those for mission units. You've got your Rebel Y-Wing. And then it looks like you've got the other 2 to 5-star. And then you've got Biggs, and let's do it. This is what you've got. So let's check it out. Oh, I love this. I love Thrawn ship. It's so dope. All right, let's see. Call random allies to assist. That's the TIE fighter pilot. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to take it. I'm going to hit Vader. But here's the thing. My characters are going to do a lot more damage than yours. Inflict target lock on a character. It's gained stealth. Let's see. No one's going to hit real hard right now. Okay, so Vader's lower. Let's take out. Let's go to Brilliant Biggs, because Biggs has got that tanking ability. Let's go ahead and hit there. Let's go after Trooper. I'm avoiding TIE Fighter Pilot, because if he evades, he's going to give turn meter to the Chimera. And I want to avoid that. Right? Alright, he's done. He's gone. Right? Let's bring out. Let's pull all buffs. Let's take off that guy. Let's just keep hitting basic. Basic. Let's. Alright. Bring in our last character. Let's do. Boom! Oh, that was pretty. That was pretty. Thrawn, use your Mark Sable attack now. Why is that not an ability? On a side note, the thing that he was known for in all of his... That should absolutely be an ability. All right, so that's kind of how you want to play it. But again, man, your ships are a lot lower than mine, and so you may have to play it differently. Now, the problem, let me see this real quick. The problem that you're facing too is you've got your Phoenix crew up, which is great, right? You've got them starred and whatnot, but you also overwhelming power. Is that the same though? I don't feel like that's the same. Let me bring this up real quick. Display capture. Blue stacks. Oh, I'm trying to figure out how I did this. Whew, I've got my heater going on downstairs. It is hot. It is hot. Oh, there we are. Let's transition over. Okay, so this is your issue, right? You've got Biggs solid, but then you've got Wedge lower. Okay. I would probably put both of these characters to at least purple gear. Akbar, same. I'd probably put him up to at least 85. If you can afford the cost, if you can afford the gold, the credits, whatever, get every character you have to 85 that you're going to be needing. Okay? Once you've done that, then you should be at least feasible, right? You should be at least able to stand a chance. And then it'll probably just come down to RNG, right? But it'll kind of be up to you. Like that's my advice. That's what I would do. Try that out. Now let's jump over. Helly has asked, what do you do after Star Killer? Helly, are we buddies? Are we friends on this? Are we allies? I don't know if we are. And if not, I'm going to deeply apologize. 673. Actually, you know what? I don't know if you have a friend just before I go. Shrek, I don't know if you need this, but I'm going to send you an ally invite. I'm typing in numbers nowhere. If you need the extra help to get whatever, you know, so usually what I do is I go through my allies every couple of weeks when I remember to be completely honest. And then I just update the list to anyone who hasn't played within a couple of weeks usually. What is that? The Holy Ghost? Is that what that is? The secret flare? Is that you, Helly? 673 629 276. All right, Helly. We're looking at our good buddy. All right, let's see. Man, you got a solid roster, brother. Wampa, I love Omega, so it looks like you're going Heli. Darth Malik? Come on, man. He's a good one. Let's see how let me look at your fluffy bottom. All right, Resistance, I understand. Jawas, Run DMV would be infuriated at this. Oh, I gotta scroll back down. Let's see. Who was I just talking to? Rainbow Sardines. Hi! Probably one of my students. Shrek, go ahead and add Heli if you're interested. That's not you. Lady Ghosts is what it says. I was wondering. I was like, Hellenix doesn't have like super dark side stuff? Come on. Who was I looking at? Oh, Inferno Helix. All right, so let's Heli. Let's look at Inferno Helix real quick. 6th, 7th. Inferno Helix, I thought you were Hellenix. Ha! My bad. I'll invite you as well. I bring you plastic babies. Oh my gosh. Not me, Thad. My bad. Yep, that's why I called you Heli. Cause I thought, yeah. Alright. As always, your main focus has gotta be ships. Ships and GAC, because that's where crystals are coming. That's where your income's gonna be. So it looks like you're going full bore on First Order. It also looks like your bounty hunters are pretty good. That's good. You're gonna need good bounty hunters. Your 6-star finalizer beats. Yeah. Hold on, let me double check. I thought you were first place. Yeah. So that's awesome. Keep that up because you need that. Right? You absolutely need that. Rainbow Sardines, I hope you have a great weekend. My roster only needs to be roasted. All right, we'll look at you next, Heli. So Sabine Wren, I'm hoping Relic 9. That's awesome. I'm hoping that you have some solid Mandos. Ooh, not bad, but I'm wondering why you went full bore on Phoenix. Right? They're a good team for starters. Right? But I'm kind of glad that you haven't gone after Zeb or Chopper yet. Kanan's not a terrible character, but there's other good Jedi as well. Yeah. Looks like you've got Jolie. Oh no, those are Jedi. I'm looking at. Let me look back at your whole roster. I'm glad that you went First Order first. They're, yeah. Oh, that makes sense. It does help for the ships. That's a good point. Oh, dude, the Rebel show. I mean, seriously, I'm right there with you, Inferno. Like the Rebels. That's such a great show. Dave Filoni did an amazing job. I'm right there with you, man, madam, whoever, however you identify, and I don't mean that jokingly. I mean, I just don't want to offend. Great show. I like that you've got your Darth Revan's to Relic 3. That's solid. Good choice on Wampa. I would put Wampa to Relic 3. Who are you focusing on right now? Where is your focus now that you've got what GL are you going after? Right? Good choice on Hunter. It looks like you might be going after Lord Vader. Is that accurate? Because if it is, it's a good choice. Bad Batch side farm. Starkiller is a great character with a lot of plug and play. Doesn't look like you. I'm curious how close you are. So let's see. You've got. Looking. Good choice on Iden. Luminar is a good one too. Let's see, Carthanesi. I'm just trying to scroll down. I don't want to miss anything. All right, so you're going. Let's see, Mara Jade. Looks like you're gonna have a long farm for Starkiller, Dash Rendar, and it's partially because of these two characters. Dash Rendar and Darth Talon are gonna be competing for your relic, your Cantina energy. And so that is your big challenge. Mara Jade, where is she? Of course it's not going to show me. Let me jump back over to mine. I'm sorry. So okay. All right. So as long as you know that you're in it for the haul for like a long time, you're going to be fine. Right? But what I would suggest is make sure that you're not overlooking your other characters as you do this. Because I don't know why I'm searching all this stuff up. Because of the mod battles, like, oh my gracious, it's gonna take a long time. But I would kind of keep if you have any spreadsheets that you're familiar with, just make sure that you have a good tracker system and don't fall off. The key is and Kyle. Like he's good. I really like having Kyle. I put him on some rebel teams that need a strong Jedi on it. But you've got three. You're just really competing for those characters. I would, and it looks like that you're doing this. I would always have that side focus. Always have that B team in play, right? So you're going after Bad Batch. That's great because they're on the light side, dark side nodes, right? They're on the light side, dark side aspects of farming, and so you're going to be able to continue to farm them while you're unlocking those other three. Obviously, who is it? Whatever character. I think there's one character that's on a light side, dark side node for that. But always be getting the other characters up. The Bad Batch is a great crew to get up because they're accelerated. But for you, I would definitely focus on whoever is accelerated. What accelerated farm are you working on, right? So for you, Bad Batch, great choice. 100%. I've sent you a link, an invite. If you need the help to use some of my characters, let me know. So if you have any other questions, hit me back up. I'm gonna jump over to Helly real quick. How I invite again, Helly? I don't think we're buddies, man. Hellenix, of course. That makes so much more sense. And again, I was calling you. Hey, no problem, man. No problem. I hope I helped, right? Oh, Helly, where are you with your ships? Man, you got some good ships. You're on. I struggle with ships. In my mind, as long as I'm getting some crystals for ships, I feel like I'm winning. I don't want to have to fight all the time for ships. Helly, are you still, if I'm not mistaken, are you still anti 100% resistance? I gotta say, Hellenix, I'm kind of surprised that Mara Jade's not higher. But maybe I'm misremembering. Jawas, Run DMV would be ashamed of you. The Jawas. Gotta have love for your Jawas, man. So it looks like you're at least farming a little bit of the resistance. It's not bad. Queel and IG. It's the Nev! Nev, we're just... I had very little to do in my GAC. So we're looking at farms. We're looking at rosters. Infist Nest. I really hope we see Infist Nest in Andor. We won't... I doubt we'll see her. Like, I'd be flabbergasted. That's a great word. I'd be flabbergasted if we saw her, like, on Wednesday. But... Nev, I don't have a whole lot to make fun of with your roster, except for R2. Come on, man. Like, R2, he's like the most important. First off, if there were a droid, if there were a character in Star Wars that is Hellenix, it's R2. He's crotchety. He's older, like he's mentally, like he doesn't want to help anybody. He doesn't want to hurt anyone necessarily, but he's not opposed to setting them on fire or shocking them. That's you, Hellenix. That is you to a T. You are R2-D2. Right? Now, except the fact that he's light side and you're clearly dark side. But again, you're a smuggler, you're a scoundrel, you're gray, man. You're not dark. You're just gray. That's all it is. You say you're dark. You're dark as like an emo teen is dark. Right? That's your darkness, right? You're gray. You have too much light bubbling inside of you. That's you. That's the you that I know. Right? You're R2, my bud. Maul, I do love Maul. And he's a solid character. I'm glad that you're going after him. But I honestly, outside of R2, I don't have anything to roast, my friend. You've got a solid roster. I mean, you don't have a fluffy bottom. You're like a white guy. You've got no backside. It just goes straight down, right? I've got a ghetto booty, right? Not in real life. I'm clearly a white guy. I go straight right. I mean, my butt just, but seriously, man, like you got some good stuff. Grief is solid. I mean, it looks like you're working on what you need to be working on, but I'm just shocked. I mean, I understand BB-8, 100% understand BB-8. It's a solid, I mean, because you haven't been going after any of the sequel characters. So, I mean, I get it. But R2 is shocking. It is shocking to me that you don't have R2. That is, like, mind blown for that. I don't know. I'm Like some of these other ones, all right, that's fine. Ezra, like, I get it. Ewoks are a passion project for most people. Once they get C-3PO, they're like, I'm done. But I get it. But R2, man, this is shocking. This is absolutely shocking to me. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm literally about to lose my voice. Thank you for joining me today on this Saturday morning silliness. I've had a great time. I hope you guys do too. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. I'll try to be back on Sunday night for my stream. I hope you have everything that goes your way. Thank you for joining me, both on YouTube and on Twitch. I know you just got here, Nev, but I've been streaming for an hour and a half, almost. Let me show you, Nev, real quick before I go. Let me show you how my GAC went. Helly, it is always a pleasure to see you, my friend. Why is it hiding Darth Gillages? Of course I want you to show you this. Darth Gillas is always the one. Look at this, like 297, right? They didn't set a defense here. They didn't set a defense in the back corner. They put one person here, and then they had ships. I mean, it is what it is. On Sunday, I will be streaming on both Twitch and YouTube. I think I'm going to be migrating my entire YouTube, my store, over to a different stream. I don't know. I've got a lot of cool shirts up right now, but none of them are showing because they're not in the different things. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, like, subscribe, share. If you're new to the channel, you've never heard me say this, check out the links in the section below. In the section below, you will find a free Audible book with 2 free Audible originals. Check out Master and Apprentice. Even if you don't get it on Audible, go to your local library. A lot of them have it. Surf the 7 Seas. I don't typically endorse that, or at least, out loud. Check it out. It is a solid book, and you'll understand who Rael Avaros is. This has been Thaddeus from Going Nerdy. Like, subscribe, share, and as always, my friends, smile and